welcome combatants. So yes, it seems that possibly Todd Garner kind of hinted that Louis Tan's character Cole Young does in fact die in someone's post. He doesn't really vaguely go across to deny or anything, and the trailers aren't making this theory of people saying he's pretty much gone throughout the whole film any better. But we're going to deep dive into this and see exactly what's going on. But always remember to do like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow me future and on TikTok for great content you don't want to miss out. So when it comes onto this now, we have interesting stuff, as we know the trailer of Mortal Kombat was really great. It was a fantastic thing for obviously people seeing the trailer too. It was great, showed some great stuff from young Kitana, King Jared, Denia, great fight moves, everything. And it showed basically all the characters who were in this as of right now that we know of. But one character that somehow still has not really been shown in these trailers apart from one scene is Cole Young, as we only got to see Cole in this imagery here, which is of him and Liu Kang fighting against Jax at Raiden's Sky Temple. And I want to say it looks really cool how Liu Kang and them are quite nervous of Jax doing the ground pound. Really embodies and strengthens Jax's character, so that's really cool. But also seeing that he was only shown up in here, you have people saying, yeah, I don't think he's making till the end of this movie, with George saying killing the guy whose power is literally plot armor. And it's kind of true. Like, everybody knew that from the first film, and his armor was plot. But obviously when it comes to this, Todd Garner just puts Now this to me is interesting because we know Todd Garner is very outspoken, just like James Gunn and everyone else who's online, who definitely communicates with the fan bases and whatnot, who will cut the corners and just get straight to the point and say no, or that's not true, or you don't know, or you're quite wrong, or no, that's not what it is. But he just says Now that to me is very telling, because we don't actually know half of what anything Cole does in this movie. Originally we all thought he was going to be the one that goes to get Johnny Cage, right, and probably has to fight with him, or Johnny fights him. But no, it's not. It's actually Sonya and Raiden. Now the interesting thing about this is we clearly know that people wanted Cole Young's character to end up being the next Scorpion. Like, even if it was his body infused into Hanzo Hasashi, and Hanzo Hasashi went younger and younger, and how he looked younger was pretty much like Cole Young. You have to just give him a longer hair and stuff, and people are like, oh, okay, there you go, he's infused with Cole Young now, so it makes it easier. But I guess not. I guess that's not even the case now. It seems like Cole will in fact be sitting this out. Now, if it is true, from what we have heard, we do know that Cole is supposed to meet his end and get his head basically smashed in or crushed by Shao Kahn or something. And it's supposed to be very early on. It's not even that long. So literally, it feels like Ed Boon came back on the scene, and then like Melina, who's behind him, was just like, hey Cole, and was just like, yeah, that's just it for him. Like, the story is over. Like, the tournament never even happened for him. Like, it's crazy to think that this is actually what's happening. I mean, I'd have preferred it, like everyone else would, if he was just Kenshi from the start. If they chose to make the first one where they introduced Kenshi and he's actually Kenshi, not a new character, because you can make the audience see the story and go through the story with a character who's very well known. They do it with Spider-Man and Superman and all them other movies when they start them from day one. So they could have done that with Cole, made him a known character, or even making a character who's going to become a villain. I mean, I always thought, like my brother did, imagine if he was Cobra. And if he was Cobra, we're seeing him on the side of good for now, but then he starts to see it ain't paying off. What is he really getting out of this? And he starts to flip and change for what he wants to do. He lost his family, lost everything. So what's he got left? And then obviously he turns into the Cobra we know and goes and works with Kano, of all people. So that would be something very interesting, a part of the Black Dragons or whatnot. But when it comes to Mortal Kombat 3, do we think he possibly is going to end up in number 3? I believe he will. He'll be brought back in number 3 with the other warriors, and they'll actually give him more of a purpose. I do think he will have a better purpose and a better fight scenes with characters, because there'll be a lot of fodder characters in the movies, because we'll have the invasion of Earthrealm if they're doing exactly that one. So there'll be a lot of centaurs, a lot of Shokans, and all these other things that would be there, and it could be a really good thing for us to be able to see him actually being one of those characters, him actually being the character that's going to fight against some of these other ones, or even going toe to toe with someone else who's a lesser character who they might bring into the universe, like Jarek or anyone, and then he whoops them. But you know, we're actually on his side this time because he's better, he's more skilled, something, you know. And I do feel like that's what they need to do with Cole, and they need to do it really fast. But obviously, let me know, what do you think? Does this give you more confirmation that he's actually gone, or do you think that maybe they're just keeping him hidden, or is it time for us to believe that maybe this is the last ride of him in Immortal Kombat and he might not be returning in MK3? But let me know what you guys think, and do like, subscribe. This is your boy Future Boy and Matt's Future. Stay frosty peeps. Peace.